Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to some more World of Warships, and today I will be talking about the recent update of World of Warships 5.3. And a lot has changed. They've added a whole bunch of new skills. They've added the Survivability Expert, Manual Fire Control, which allows you to increase your secondaries if you select on the target, as well as, where is it? Manual fire control for AA, and this increases 100% of your efficiency of AA guns with caliber exceeding 85 millimeters against a designated target. And they've also changed the last stand. It was a tier 4 level, now it's a tier 2. And this is what I would recommend if you're doing destroys. Get that, because that will definitely... Sorry about that. For some reason, it disconnected me from the server, but now I'm back. But like I was saying, they added the last stand for a tier 2, so recommend any destroyer get that. But the major thing, what I'm basically wanting to talk about, is what they've done to basic firing training and advanced firing training. So basic, they basically nerfed it to where only 139 millimeters instead of 155 decreased the reload time. But the major thing that really has pissed me off, that just is the advanced firing training. Now, I have been doing a lot of Mogami, and I love the ship. It was a fantastic ship when I had the captain skill of the advanced firing training. So, obviously, most people who play World of Warships will know this, but they nerfed it to where only you get a 20% fire range of calibers up to 139. And the Mogami had 155. Now, before it was for 155, and you got 18-kilometer range, which was the furthest in all the Tier 8 cruisers. It exceeded the New Orleans by 2 kilometers, and it exceeded the Admiral Hipper by 1 kilometer. It was fantastic, and your guns turned very quickly, and you had a high fire rate. So, albeit they weren't always very devastating, but they also played a psychological role of instilling fear into your enemies, because they see a constant barrage of fire coming from you. And it may not always cause damage to them, but it still helped your allies in the long run because they wouldn't push that flank. So now, if you had the 155 millimeters, which I did have, and you took the Mogami into battle, you'll see... You know what? I'm just going to show you what happened when I tried using the Mogami with the 155 millimeter shells with those skills, but without that advanced firing training, no longer having that ability. Oh, I probably should also mention the transverse time got nerfed too. Once again, it was 155 millimeter shells. And so the Mogami had a 2.5 degree turn for each second. Now it can only do a 0.7 degrees, which is very slow. So if you looked at the main battery guns before you upgrade them, they had a 180 degree turn of 42.9 seconds. Now if you compare that to the Mogami has 36 seconds. A battleship, albeit a battle cruiser, but a battleship all the same, had 36 seconds on turning the main guns. This is why I was so angry. Because I was looking forward to having the Mogami. But let me go ahead and show you what happened once you get in battle with 155 millimeter shells. So I'll see you in just a bit. Alright. Here is my last battle that I had in the Mogami with the 155 millimeters. And just look how slow it is to turn the guns. They are abysmally slow. Before, I used to be able to take a full turn without the guns going offset like that is. And this battle, albeit mind you, we have a tier 10 battle with us. And here I'm talking, I'm like, I missed the 18-kilometer range. But you can't really work with the Mogami with 155 millimeter shells anymore. So I feel bad for anyone who's grinding their way through. Because once you get to the Mogami, you go from the Miyoko, that albeit Miyoko had horrible gun rotation, horrible turret rotation, but it wasn't that bad. You could work around it, you could have your captain that would increase it, and now it's abysmal. The fire rate is still fantastic. You still have that 10-second reload, and it's very quick, but now here, we'll get over to here because it does not go very well for me in this map. And here I'm just talking, well, should I even go for the 203? Pointing it's slow at 38 seconds, but it's a huge improvement over 46 seconds. I think. Is it 38 seconds? I'll double check when we go back. But on this map, I should have a decent advantage. The Mogami, yes, probably could easily citadel by battleships, but it can hold its own against the other cruisers and destroyers, which there are 5 destroyers on this map. And my detectability range is 11 kilometers. So I no longer have that 7-kilometer firing range. I only have a 4-kilometer firing range.
Enemy force detected.
So here we're just getting onto the sea cap, and unfortunately for us, all the enemy team is going to be moving over towards sea as well, which is not good for us, especially when we get into combat and I have to turn my ship radically just to avoid fire. But still nice. Now we're detected, so there's more than likely a destroyer near us. And there's a New Orleans. Look how slow these guns turn. Just try and bring my guns to bear. And I could have fired way beforehand, before the update. But instead I'm having to really wait on turning the guns. I mean, we did good damage against the New Orleans. That's 10 hits, about 5,000 damage, which is really good. But we could have done a lot more if our guns were turned quicker. Sorry, I'm gonna hammer this in because this really does bug me how badly the Mogami got nerfed. Got incoming fire probably from, yep, that New Orleans, and I'm having to turn very quickly, and our guns are just barely in range. I don't think I'm gonna be able to dodge this torpedo. Should have turned a lot earlier, maybe. I miss it. Good. Got right between the gaps. But this New Orleans firing AP shells at us. Now we have a Otago we have to deal with. But I can't rely on my guns as what I used to. The back guns are just now turning. They're incredibly slow. Let's see. We still have that Otago. There's that Yamato. Just coming up middle. But I'd almost have to move my guns with my ship just to get them turned faster. And we still do decent damage with the 155 millimeters. But with the turning rate of the turrets, it could be so much better. And it is so much better because you've seen battles with the Mogami when I've uploaded them. And I love the ship. Now I'm just debating whether or not I'm going to keep the ship. Because before I was going to keep the ship because it was extravagant. It's kind of stood out to me with the high rate of fire and increased range that it had. Now I'm just kind of iffy. Which is sad because I was really looking forward to the Mogami. But with just the turret speed of a battleship on a cruiser, it just cannot really work out. Taking more damage in from that Togo. We have a Fubuki over to our right. And our guns are just now getting turned. Fortunately, he does escape behind that island. And all our shots hit that rock. But there's really not much else we can do. Yeah, I thought about firing my torpedoes there, but the Benson was turning in. Thought better of it. Now my only hope is to get outside of detection range and regroup. But we're still being spotted and we still have that Togo firing at us. Oh my god. Oh, these guns. We have, I think a Montana's hitting us. Just got citadeled right there. Pretty sure. Yep, it's the Montana who's firing at us. Did about 2,500 right there. Not too bad. But we're just not gonna survive this. Now, albeit the team, there was a lot more people over here. I'm the only cruiser that is in range. But these turrets. And you can see how just turning slightly throws my guns off. I want to take that Fubuki out. That would be nice. And that's 15 shells. If they had landed, would have done major damage. But I really don't know if I'm going to keep the Mogami now. Because now it's very similar to what the Ibuki is. Just a smaller version, has lower range, and than what the Ibuki. The Ibuki has fantastic range. I should probably hold my fire. Because, yeah, no one's else around. But we're not going to survive very much longer. Especially if I run into an island. Which I am known for sometimes. Yep. So, I'll see you back at port. Because we're not going to survive this. Alright, see you there. Alright, so, welcome back to the port. As you can see, how much the Mogami has basically been nerfed. The guns are just terrible. Now, once you do go and get the upgrade, which I had research, I just didn't have it, have enough money. So I had to wait, but I finally got it. The guns are very much improved. The turn rate is 26.9 seconds, so he was wrong. It's not 38 seconds. And the damage output, yes, is more powerful, but the reload time is a lot longer. That's 4 rounds a minute. This is 6 rounds a minute. So yeah, I can see that you can get a benefit from that, but you have more shells. You had 15. Now you're stuck with 10. And yes, they can do more damage, but you had a higher fire rate output. And you had that longer range. So, yeah, I really don't know if I'm going to keep the Mogami. So if we look at, say, the Ibuki, let's go take a look at the Ibuki. Because I want to make sure what I'm saying is correct. And yes, I know I'm not an expert, but this is what I'm learning, and I want to pass it on to you. So, automatically, it has the same turn rate of speed with a range of 15 kilometers, but can get a bonus to bring it up to 16.5. Really? 16.5? Let's see what it looks like versus the USA. Baltimore. 14.4. Goes up to... So the Ibuki has longer range. And I'm gonna bet the German Tier 9, which is the Rune, has a major of 17.8. So yes, The Buki is now in the middle when it comes to tier 9s, but the Mogami is last. Because the... Let's see, what... The New Orleans has a range, I think, of about 16 kilometers. Yep, 16.2 kilometers. And this Mogami is just dead last. So what I'm going to do next is just go ahead, hop into battle. I'll show you how the 203 millimeter shells work compared to the 155 with the increased turn rate of the guns. So I'll see you in battle. Alright, we are in on hotspots. Right? Yes, hotspots. And the team is interesting. We have 2 carriers, Independence, North Carolina, Colorado, New Mexico, Fuso, us, Atlanta, Pensacola, York, Nuremberg, and a Farragut, while the enemy team has 2 Independents, 2 Colorados, New Mexico, 2 Pensacola's, a York, Myoko, Nuremberg, Mahan, and an Anshan. So I don't. They said that the matchmaker has been updated, and it has. Don't get me wrong, it has been updated. But it still has issues with these type of maps. Because we have, what? 1 additional destroyer while they have 1 additional... One additional... We have 1 additional battleship while they have 1 additional... destroyer. My word, I cannot speak today. Alright, so we still have very good... detection range, and I reloaded AP. I'm gonna go ahead and fire, and the AP is fantastic, don't get me wrong. 2,000 damage, not too bad. Now we have the Imoko firing on us. Fortunately we turn, so I'm gonna switch back to HE to try to hopefully maybe take on the destroyer, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. So instead, I'm going to turn in just a bit. And he's just barely on our range. I don't think we're going to get the hit. I'm going to go ahead and launch my fighter. And we have at least the HE loaded. It looks like he's firing HE as well. Where'd that destroyer go? So I'm gonna turn in, maybe take on this Mahan. Now there is a battleship that I know of, as well as probably most of the other team. There was the Pensacola that we do have to worry about. There's that New Mexico. And there's that Mahan. I mean, we still do decent damage. We have a lot of guns. Oh, fuck. Hi, Atlanta. Ow, you fucking hit me. So, the shells aren't bad, and he's dead. Good. Glad we could get rid of him. Let's see, we have a Pensacola. Gonna switch to AP after this salvo. And those are bad. Wow, those are really bad. It might hit him. Yeah, we got it. The end. Reload rate is just... Oh, I missed the reload of the Mogami. And fortunately we got missed by the New Mexico. So I'm gonna... turn around. I'm going to switch back to HE. And let's go ahead and fire off some torpedoes. Because our HE can do massive amount of damage to this New Mexico. It looks like it slowed down to a near standstill. And just missed over him. So let's get back up to speed. Let's push to B. Switching back to AP. And I would highly recommend getting that captain skill to switch your armaments very quickly, because you are switching from HC to AP about 15 seconds for load, and we went from HC to AP in about 6 seconds. So yes, I would recommend it. I know there's other people who would not recommend it, but it is beneficial all the same. So that Colorado. Let's see. Which way is he? He's running complete south. And where's that Miyoko? I mean, the damage output is fantastic. It is really super good. Looks like he just got citadeled. Yeah, I'm gonna switch back. Switching back, and I might go focus on this New Mexico, because they are running, and our team, how did we lose? Jesus, we've lost so many cruisers. Gonna turn in just a bit. 3,000 damage, which is good.
Torpedoes.
Where's the torpedoes? Right up front. Start fire, which is good. Gonna slow up just a bit, because we don't really need to rush forward. 6,000 damage. Don't get me wrong, the guns are amazing. Having 203mm shells, fan-freaking-tack, just, they're amazing to have, because we can do a lot of damage. And he caused a detonation. Oh, that sucks. And it sounds like we lost one of our battleships. So that means we are going to be focused on... And of course he starts a fire. So I'm going to go ahead and turn back. I want to stay away from that Colorado, at the very least. Yep. So let's turn in just a bit. We might die if we're not careful. Ah, lag. Lag. Oh my god. Really? God damn it. Lost connection. Be right back. Oh my god. Come back and I die, basically. God damn. Losing connection. Alright, I'll see you back at port. Alright, so, yeah, you can see, yes, the damage output is higher, but I'm still furious about the 155mm shells. But hopefully it'll get better. Maybe with the 203mm shells, it's going to be better. I might do a better job. That was just a very bad time, losing connection in the middle of a fight. So, this is going to be it for this video. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. If you do want to chat with me down below. I will get back to you. You guys have a great day. Zaijian.